Here comes Schmitty Clothes, here comes Schmitty Clothes at the Joe Business page. Bodies of hotties in their underpants, it's fun for every age. Box set, downloads every episode, hey, let's get in a fight. Eat some yogurt and punch a wall, cause Schmitty Clothes comes the night. Here comes Schmitty Clothes, here comes Schmitty Clothes at the Joe Business page. He sells a shirt with your dirt to help show off your rage. Tweaked audio's got sweet-ass earbuds, what a beautiful sight. Use their watch to decorate your crotch, cause Schmitty Clothes comes the night. Here comes Schmitty Clothes, here comes Schmitty Clothes at the Joe Business page. Here's Schmitty rap on a song that Max wrote, busting out of the cage. Get a print of podcast artwork, color all black and white. Mike Maxinelli will sign that thing, cause Schmitty Clothes comes the night. Here comes Schmitty Clothes, here comes Schmitty Clothes at the Joe Business page. I bet you didn't know that the bees get out when Schmitty takes the stage. Peace on earth will have to wait after Schmitty comes alive. Let's give thanks to the big angry, cause Schmitty Clothes comes tonight. Cause Schmitty Clothes comes tonight.
Hey, what's happening, Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. I sound weird to me. I don't know if I sound weird to you guys, but I'm in a basement somewhere in America. I don't want to say where. I don't want to specifically tell you. I don't want to get your longitude and your longitude rolling. Is it longitude? It is, right? Longitude? Which actually is my favorite pasta. Oh, I like cavatelli, but I love the longitude. Oh, my God. If you get me a longitude and a pesto sauce, forget about it. You won't see me for days. I'll just bury my face in a bucket full of longitude and pesto.
Abbondanza.
Abbondanza. That's Mama Celeste, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. She and I are close. We go way back. As a matter of fact, tonight, here's a fun story. I know you're thinking to yourself, what am I doing tonight? That's what you guys are thinking to yourself. Well, not tonight. What am I doing tonight, the night I'm recording this? Here, and it's June 11th. I should tell you, it's June 11th we're recording this, and we're back in this show for a future use. And who knows what the rest of 2015 is going to bring. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm sure nothing but good things for both of us, right,
Sure.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Hi, that's Dave Hernandez. He is the consigliere of this show. He is the art guy. He is the music guy. Speaking of that, let's talk about that. Mm-hmm. I need a song for tonight, or for this episode, because usually I'm running the 70s songs and the 80s songs and stuff, and so it's got to be Christmassy because there's one more week of December left, and I know Christmas has passed, but I don't want to just. I'm still going to use Linus and Lucy to open the show, which I just did, folks. You heard that. But I want to use. I need something in the end here. In the pocket.
Did you use "You're a Mean One, Mr. Schmidt"?
Perhaps I did not.
You might want to open the show with that one.
Open it. Is that an opener, or is it a long one, or is it one I can tuck in after the break?
No, you're right. It's long. Yeah, because I do all the verses.
Right.
There's a lot of them in there. So yeah, no, I guess it wouldn't make for a good opening.
You know what I think of that idea?
What?
Stank. Stunk.
Yeah,
by the way, people asked me last week, because I said that Jill, the lovely Jill, was going to be watching Christmas shows with me. Nope, could not be less interested. We were on the couch, and I got Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and I got the Year Without a Santa Claus, and I got the Grinch.
What did she do for Christmas when she was a kid?
I know she didn't watch those.
What did she watch? Nothing?
Dude, I don't know. She was on the fucking swim team. Maybe she was doing the backstroke. I got no clue.
Those came out when we were little.
Agreed. And she was little just like we were little, even though she's so much younger than us.
Did they not have televisions in there?
I don't know. Well, the story I know from her childhood is her dad was a bank vice president. And one time he threw her and her two sisters and the mom in the car, and he drove from Wisconsin to Mexico.
Yeah.
Literally drove to Mexico on his 2-week vacation.
Okay.
And she curled up in the back window because that was her favorite thing to do because she's all shrimpy. She's totally tiny. And so she slept in the back window, and they literally crossed into Mexico. They drove into Mexico. Him with 4 white girls. They drove into Mexico, not knowing what. I guess it was just an adventure. He decided they wanted to go.
But getting back to the reference, I don't understand how you can not have any touchstone to any.
Agreed.
I mean,
I agree with you. And so but here's the thing. Like I said last week,
no
I taped
Grinch?
them. She has no idea the Grinch is. None. Like and then I was at the house and I'm like, hey, we can watch The Grinch, and she's just like,
What's a
nah.
Grinch?
Yeah, she was not into it and she was into it December 2nd when I said, honey, here's what I need you to do. I need you to tape all of these Christmas shows and then we'll watch them when I come.
Because you aren't gonna like what I like if it kills me.
Well, I wanted to share them. It's not. I don't even give. That's the problem. Okay, I'd like her to like them. I want her to want them.
You need her.
Gosh, I want her to want them.
I need you to need the Grinch.
I want that to be the case. Didn't I see the Grinch there? Didn't I see the Grinch there? Didn't our love just want to make you feel a pinch there? All right, so, but that was the thing is, it's that thin line, that tightrope where I want her to see them because she's never seen them, and I want to be the first to introduce her, and I'm going to share them with her. But as I mentioned at the end of last week's show, since she's never seen them before, she's not going to feel about them the way I feel about them because I saw them when I was 7 and 8 and 9 and every year.
I think this is kind of a lost, not a lost cause, but it's. I mean, I just thought it was a recent thing that we don't know cultural stuff from our movies from recent times. But if you go all the way back to childhood, what are you gonna do? If you don't know what a heat miser is when you're 40, then you don't know who the heat miser is.
Right, and that's why I said to her, I go, hey, you don't know who heat miser and freeze miser are, and you don't know who Baron, Meisterburger Burgmeister is, and she's just like, nope, no idea. And so then when we sat on the couch, I went, hey, you want to watch this? And she was kind of like, no. And I was like, all right.
Has she seen a Charlie Brown Christmas?
That I don't know, because she and I have watched. We have like we had we shared it. Which Charlie Brown was it? Was it Halloween? It might have been Halloween.
No, there's only one Charlie Brown.
Or Thanksgiving. It was. It was one of those.
Not even that one.
No,
that one's weak. Great Pumpkin. Great Pumpkin's weak.
Well, when you're naked in bed with each other, then it's pretty cool. It's not as weak. Don't spit coffee.
Jesus.
But that's what I'm saying. That was it's a great memory for that. You know what I mean? It was Halloween actually. It was Charlie Brown Halloween. So or was it Thanksgiving? Fuck. I don't remember which one it was.
Well, I think it's real important you narrow it down.
All right, let's take the next 15 minutes to talk about it.
Were there floating pumpkins in this one?
There was a black kid in it.
Franklin?
Elementary school?
Hey.
Roosevelt Franklin Elementary School. That's Sesame Street.
If Franklin's family can afford to live there, I say more power to them.
I'm all for Franklin being on board. Didn't that story just come out about how Franklin got, like he drew Franklin in, like Charles Schulz did, and literally this is where this country was. Some newspapers are like, yeah, we don't want the black kid in the strip. And I'm like, dudes, you got a gay dog who hangs out with a bird, and you're okay. You're all cool with that. You got a kid with lice in that fucking comic strip. You got a dude who hasn't taken a shower. His balls fucking reek.
Pigpen's balls stink.
They so stink, and he's covered with lice, and you're like, yeah, no black kids. You got two lesbians hanging out.
I was going to say, sir.
Fuck, you got Peppermint Patty and Marcy just fucking, rubbing cartoon donuts on one another. And then sure enough, fucking Franklin shows up, and that's offending you guys?
Hey, what's up?
At Scripps News Services, you fucking dicks. And I like Charles Schulz, just like, yeah, nah, I'm doing it. And the best part is, like, he could have just been a prick about it and turned in the strip with Franklin, and they would have been like, dude, who's this? And he'd be like, oh, it's Linus, but I spilled ink. You know what I mean? He should have just done that. That's not a black dude. It's just Linus, but I spilled some ink on him, and they're calling him Franklin.
And then I was hearing about how for the Christmas special, Charlie Brown Christmas, he had taken the scripture. I don't know if it's Matthew or Luke or whoever, about the meaning of Christmas. I know what the meaning of Christmas is, Charlie Brown. They didn't want it in there. They said it was too controversial to start putting religion into this cartoon. Yeah, he had to fight for it to be in there.
But that's so funny because
it's the best part of that thing when
of course
he chills everybody out, when drops like some mad knowledge on them.
Other than the theme song,
yeah,
and the dancing,
Linus and Lucy.
Oh, dude, god damn, it's so great. But yeah, but it seems to me like they would be all on board with the Jesus stuff, right?
Yeah, if you were to make it today, yes.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, but back when we respected other people's beliefs, no, we don't want that religious shit in there.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a dude with a fucking round cue ball head.
When I was little, I have to admit I hated that part because to me it took like 5 minutes for him to get done with his holy God speech.
Oh, sure.
But recently I watched it, and it's only like 30 seconds.
Really?
It's like he's just like talking for like a minute.
Yeah. And
go, you finished.
Well, when you're a kid, you're totally like, dude, where's Snoopy?
Yeah, I want to see more dancing.
Yeah, I want to hear, go Go kiss Lucy, Snoopy, and fucking break up this bullshit Jesus nonsense. Somebody go break Schroeder's piano.
Yeah, how about it?
Yeah, Pigpen, come in and give lice to everybody. Fuck this. You fucking stinky ball motherfucker. You walk in here and ruin our Christmas party. Why is everybody mean to Charlie Brown, goddammit?
Yeah, Pigpen's the one they should be shitting.
Yeah, Charlie Brown gets a fucking rock and everybody's shitty to him. He go gets a shitty tree, and then sure enough, Pigpen comes in and he gives everybody fucking eczema. Like, fuck that.
They're so mean to Charlie Brown in that thing, though, man.
They're terrible.
There's the actual line is, "Boy, you sure are stupid, Charlie Brown."
Take that, man.
It's just because it's coming from a girl.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
And why did and it's what's her name? The other idiot, Violet, right? Or
It's
who's
either
the
Violet or
the tall one?
Frida, or there was a couple of one with the naturally curly hair.
Oh God, not
Frida,
a fan.
I think, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's Violet when he comes back. I don't know if he came back with the effed up tree.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You boy, are you stupid, Charlie?" It's the way she says it. It's like, damn.
In fairness to Frida, he is kind of stupid. I mean,
Well, he's not stupid. He just made some bad choices.
certainly he has. You know, but he's the pitcher. He's the field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we would have trashed them, right? If we would played them when we were kids, if we would have found that team somehow, we would have crushed fucking Charlie Brown. We'd have roped him, right?
Oh yeah, Charlie Brown would throw just grapefruits over the plate.
Right. And Snoopy was didn't he play on the team? Like, wasn't that awful?
I don't remember.
You got to get some new kids. How do you not want Franklin there just to have somebody who's good on the baseball team? Jesus Christ. You got a dog in right field. Let the black kid play. Jesus God.
No, it's the 60s. He's going to have to ride the bench.
Well, if it was the 60s, Snoopy would have chased Franklin right out of the strip.
Yeah.
Would have blasted him with a fire hose and knocked him off panel 3. Give me a fucking break. Yeah, but I don't know. So Jill not on board or has not seen them. And then when I literally were on the, because I wanted her in my head, I'm like, if we can, because she's seen Rudolph. So in my head, I was like, if we
she
can
saw Rudolph.
She's seen Rudolph.
So she understands the concept of the stop animation, Rankin and Bass.
Yeah, she knows what it is.
All right.
But that's why the Grinch, I was just, because again, to me, that was a half hour long. I'm like, we can just watch the Grinch and the Who's and everything.
22 minutes.
Yeah. And she literally just, nope, not interested. So we watched a murder show instead.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. And because I want to take her to like a live action Grinch at Universal Studios in California.
Nope.
But she's gonna go. Who's the fucking?
Who's this green guy?
Yeah, what's this green blanket doing chasing me? Not a fan.
This guy's a dick.
Who are those little naked people who are singing in a circle? Dude, the best part of the Grinch when the Grinch comes
Human
riding
Gate?
down.
Human
Human Gate,
Gate?
the greatest of all time.
Yes.
Grinch comes whistling down the fucking mountain, and the Who gate opens up, and he slides right into the center by the goddamn tree. I don't know. It's like
three people wide gate.
yeah. It's a
just
swinging
opens
gate.
for him.
It's like I'm just waiting for Gene Hackman to call out plays and fucking
Gene Hackman?
dude, Hoosiers, the fucking picket fence.
Picket fence.
You goddamn right. Get Chitwood in there. All right. So we did not watch any of the Christmas shows. We watched Murder is what we watched. Although we did watch It's a Wonderful Life. Well, here's
Has she ever seen that before?
she had not.
Are you sure she's not an alien?
She could be. She could have been sent here from a different planet. I don't know.
That
Her love
boggles
of
my
me
mind.
would indicate that yes, she is from faraway lands.
Yeah.
And the very fact, I think, let's put it this way, the very fact that she would say, hey, I totally love this guy who does all the things that I hate, like yelling and screaming, and he's rageful. I don't like sarcasm. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and hook up with that dude. So she could be an alien. Like it could be like a weird, like Jedi mind trick or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
But she, so here's what we did. On Christmas Eve, we went and saw The Hateful Eight.
That says holidays to me.
And then on Christmas itself, we watched It's a Wonderful Life. And let me tell you, that is a doubleheader you cannot pass up, because to see Jimmy Stewart strike down with great vengeance and furious anger on Mr. Potter, oh my Christ, take that, buddy. Well, she liked It's a Wonderful Life a lot, and she, at the end of it, she's just like, how have I not seen this movie? It's like when I show her, it's like when I showed her Planes, Trains, and Automobiles last year, and she just went, wow, that movie was the greatest. And I'm like, yes, it is. It's really good. They have movies. They put them out sometimes. You should check them out.
Then you might understand what I'm talking about half
Right.
the time.
And now we, as a listener of the show and friend of mine, Erica, who's very nice to me and Jill, last year she gave us Mophis so we could charge our phones when we were traveling, and they came in handy as we traveled all year long. But this year she gave us a Roku, which you plug into your TV and you can watch all sorts of Netflix and stuff like that via your streaming, your live streaming stuff, and Hulu and all of that stuff. So we got to look into that. But now, because there's now this treasure trove of stuff that I can show Jill, but then I've got to realize that, maybe she doesn't want to fucking see that. I mean, it's like
You're trying to cram 47
Yep.
years worth of what you've seen in a week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked about it before. Like I said, I showed her 7, and she's like, "That was kind of boring." Oh no! But that's why I was so scared to show her Tarantino, because I didn't know how she was going to respond, and I didn't know if I was going to. Because again, the mistake I made with Terminator is I showed her the first Terminator, and she didn't want to watch Terminator 2, and then we saw Terminator 5, and it was fucking terrible. So now she'll never watch Terminator 2.
That sucks, man.
Yes, it does. So with Tarantino, I was like, well, what I don't know whether to start at Reservoir Dogs and then go down the list, because there was no way I was going to be able to do that before Hateful Eight, because Hateful Eight was fucking Christmas Eve. So Hateful Eight was the road. It was the road show of Quentin Tarantino. Hateful Eight, 70 millimeter, and I bought the tickets ahead of time. It was the only theater in Wisconsin showing it. It was great. It's like 15 miles from our house, and we got there. And dude, fucking Christmas Eve night, we got a 10 o'clock showing. Theater was fucking, and before it happened, I'll tell you, we went for Chinese food. We went to a joint called Golden Gate Chinese food.
She ever had Chinese food before?
She did, and and I'll tell you this,
okay.
She'll be eating it for the next month, and you'll hear why.
You didn't order more than you could eat, did you?
You know what? It's interesting you would mention that.
That doesn't sound right.
No, it's usually not what we do. But
Nope.
We sat down at the table, and we thought it would be funny to order dinner for 4. Because they had it in the list. It was like dinner. We said, we like all those things in dinner for 4. We should totally order dinner for 4. And we had to make a reservation, dude, because again, it was totally packed. And I got the last 8 o'clock reservation like 2 days beforehand. We showed up, dude, this is fucking crazy. We pull out into the parking lot. It's completely packed. And then we get to the front, and there's a granny. And she gets out of her car, and she's with a younger man, and it was like 3 generations. It was like a grandson, and then a mom, and then a granny. But the granny is, I mean, she's on her last fucking legs. I mean, she just, and they don't work. Let's put it that way. When I say last legs, I'm talking about the 4-over walker. Like, she is completely wiped the fuck out. She gets out of the car, and she does that thing where, you know how old people have to kind of gather themselves when they get out of the car, and they're just like, and then it's like
Dust comes out.
clunk, clunk, and then the 2 feet, and then clunk, clunk. You know, you just hear fucking tennis balls banging into ice, and you're like, God damn it, somebody's going to go get wiped out right now. You're going to fucking, if you got a sacro, you're going to get iliac. I mean, it's going to be fucking terrible for you. This fucking granny's going to take a spill. So I'm watching her, and we park like all the way down at the end of the lot, and we're walking up, and I see it, and it's Tim Conway in a costume. I swear to fucking God. And she's trying to get to the front door, and the grandson's holding it open. And I can't imagine that the people in the front 2 tables aren't already just like, they look like Nicholson from The Shining. They're just fucking frozen because the doors are open, and this woman is just so slow. And then we finally got to the door, and she's still ahead of us. And so I hold one of the doors, and she clip-clops her way in the fucking door, and they get to the front, and they're just like, table for 3. And the woman's like, well, yeah, we've been booked for like 2 weeks. There are no tables. And
they just showed up.
Old people just showed up on Christmas Eve at 8 o'clock, expecting to get a table. The joint is fucking, I mean, packed, and it's full of fucking like service people with reindeer hats on, and there's all huge parties, and they're eating food, and this woman just thought they were going to get a table, and then even better, as old people are wont to do, they don't understand how the outside world works anymore, and so they get indignant that they can't just get a table. Well, what do you mean? Well,
see all the tables? There's people at all of them.
And they had the wherewithal to call ahead and make sure you would reserve chairs for them. They're not like you, half fucking minotaur, half grandmother, who didn't realize that phones still work on occasion, and you can call up and make a goddamn reservation. But she, because I had at 8 o'clock, and now we're looking at 8:03, David. Now we're looking at 8:03, maybe 8:04, and I'm standing there. I'm like waiting because I can't get to the front to get my table because fucking, Angela Lansbury is demanding that Chinese she wrote. She wants to sit the fuck down and eat, and her daughter is like she can't talk. It's like I experienced this in real life when my mom and my grandma took us to the circus. When we were
you didn't
little.
have a reservation at the circus?
We did not.
All right.
But my mom was like, my mom ruled us with an iron hand, as we've talked about on here many times before. My mom had she had 5 kids that she had to keep in line. So she was like, she gives the death look and we'd fucking not talk or whatever. Well, that's why it was funny to go to the circus and we're walking up and down the fucking, the concourse looking for tickets and popcorn and balloons and fucking seats. And my grandmother is just fucking burrowing into my mom's skull, telling her everything she's doing is wrong and everything she's done with her life is wrong. And these kids are so great, and I don't know how they can tolerate a mom like this. I mean, and you just see my mom just fucking fuming, smoking, and just furious, waiting to take out this fucking Irish silver-haired moppet who won't stop yelling at her. It was fucking crazy. But we loved it. We're all just like fucking laughing because it's just to see my mom get fucking completely and just have to go, yes, yes, yeah, yeah, and just get fucking schooled. It was great. And that's what happened here was the woman could not stand up to her mom and say, hey, look,
bad.
You know, it's, you know, so then they switch gears and then they want to order to-go food. And they tell them it's like a 30-minute wait for to-go food. Oh my God, you would have thought that she said, you're going to have to eat the food out of a dead person's chest cavity. I mean, it's just, what? 30 minutes for to-go? Well, Chinese food is supposed to be to-go. And I just like, and I'm looking at Jill. Jill's looking at me. Like, what the fuck, man? It felt like the Seinfeld episode where they just fucking stood there and waited and never got a goddamn table. But finally, we got a table. And we sat down and we ordered dinner for 4 for 2 people.
How long did you wait to sit down for an 8 o'clock reservation?
11 minutes.
All right.
Not bad.
I'll let you slide on that one.
No, it wasn't so bad. Well,
that's not bad at all.
Well, Christmas Eve, there's nothing open, dude. And this is our joint. And our movie wasn't until 10 anyway. It was close by. But I know, you know me, I'm a fucking banana head. So it's like when shit gets out of hand and it's like goes too long, but they at least made eye contact and kind of like gave us the sympathetic shrug. Like,
let's deal with this old bag and then we'll get to you.
We're really sorry, but you know, Cleopatra's ghost is going to fucking find out whether or not she can get some goddamn Chinese food to go. And her grandson is just, you can see how uncomfortable he is. And he was like 6'10". It was fucking ridiculous. Like, you ever see, like, dude, you know those fucking, like, 13-year-old 6'10" dudes?
Oh, yeah.
Who they walk like ponies with shoes on. You know what I mean? Just like, they don't know what the fuck to do. They can't stand still.
They look like those inflatable things out in front of the car dealer.
Yeah.
Like their arms go up.
Just waving all over the joint. Oh, dude. And he just, and then he's just uncomfortable, miserable because his grandmother's making a scene, kind of. Oh, it was grim. But then we ordered dinner for 4, and we would have gotten dinner for 3, but they had the kung pao chicken with the dinner for 4, and then Jill likes a spicy dish. So we got and dude, they brought out like the appetizer. It was crab rangoon, fried wontons, shrimp toast, egg rolls, and Chinese fried chicken.
Did they even bother putting them on plates, or did they bring them to you in the cardboard already?
You know what? What's funny is because we thought about doing that, especially with the movie.
Yeah, because you're gonna be. There's no way you're gonna eat all that food.
Well, we kept joking about it. We were laughing because like this is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? And she says every time we go eat,
why are we doing this?
We're so dumb. Why are we getting a wheelbarrow full of Chinese food? We're going to a 3.5-hour movie. Our car is going to smell like fucking Hop Sing's ass. It's going to be terrible when we get out of here. Jesus Christ. We're going to get into the car. It's going to smell like the tent at a railroad in the 1800s. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, I mean, literally, we were just, the only thing we didn't get, there was a hand job. I mean, like, for some reason, it didn't come with dinner for 4. But we waited, and so we got the menu, and there were certain things that we thought we'd like, but then she saw a dinner, and I joked, because they also had, they had drinks, like a drink menu where they have, like, you know, Singapore Sling and all that shit. But they had something called like the Virgin's Lament, I think it was, or something stupid. And I was like, dude, I want dinner for 5 and a Virgin's Lament. It was just like, that's it. I want to come in as one dude and order that. I want dinner for 5 and a Virgin's Lament. So we wound up going with dinner for 4 because Jill, again, and we do this all the fucking time. We'll split burgers. I talked about it on here fucking millions of times, but for some reason, she has the same disease I have, where she's like, that would be hilarious. And then we get it, and you're like, this is totally not hilarious.
Yeah, but you're not ordering it because it's hilarious. That's not why you're doing it.
Well, I'm going to eat one bite of everything.
That's what I'm saying. It's you have attention deficit disorder when it comes to food. If you just order one thing, you're not, you know, what's that? What's that over there? I got to get some of that. Give me some of this. Give me most of that.
Well, I do like doing that, but also it's kind of funny to see them bring out a flash fried ox. I mean, it was just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. You know, realize it's coming to your table and you have to pay for it and you're not going to eat it.
At one point, they brought over, like, because, dude, it came with 4 soups. The chicken, I go, I don't want 4 soups.
Couldn't you just put it in one big bowl, make it one soup?
No kidding. Just give me like a soup luge. Just fucking, I'll just squat in front of it and just pour it. I'll just get fucking choke down some egg drop on the fly. But man, they had 4 soups. And I said to Celia, our waitress, and I'm like, hey, you know, dinner for 4 is ridiculous. Right. Well, we want the food. And she's like, I get it. Plenty of leftovers. And I'm like, oh my God, you have no idea how many leftovers. I go, she's 5 feet tall and she weighs 96 pounds. This dinner for 4 weighs more than my fucking wife. Seriously.
She's not your wife. Is she your wife?
I do that all the time. So,
yeah, I know, and you do it you do it, and you like. Why do you do that?
Well, I don't know.
Well, quit
Might
it,
as well be.
because it makes me feel like I missed something. Did I miss something?
No.
Then
I would
stop it.
I'm not that guy. I wouldn't.
No, you're just the guy that misidentifies your girlfriend all the time.
Well, same thing.
No, it's not.
Essentially.
Kind of not.
I don't know.
I get a dictionary.
Well, I
man.
hear what
Let's
you're
go
saying.
Scrabble.
No, there's no hyphen involved just yet. So,
Oh, don't do that.
what?
If you get married, don't go with the hyphen. You don't
Well,
want to be.
you know
known
what?
as
She's been married,
You don't
and
want to
she.
be Schmidt.
I agree with you.
Hyphen.
I mean, no, I'm not going with the fucking
Oh, I
hyphen.
thought you were gonna
Fuck
do the
that.
hyphen.
If I go with the hyphen, I become Mike Hyphen. Fuck that. I drop the Schmidt entirely.
Mike Hyphen, attorney at law.
Professor Mike Hyphen, archaeologist. Yeah, dude. See, then I'm on board with that.
Well, that's cool. Maybe
Yeah,
you should
see,
do that.
I'm not. No, but I mean,
Does she call her husband in conversation?
I don't know. I don't know who she talks to, if anybody. She doesn't have a show. I don't listen to her show.
Well, she's not.
If she does have a show, I don't fucking listen
Maybe
to
if
it.
she went to a movie, she could tell everybody, "Hey, I sure wish my husband was here."
if she watched something on TV, she'd go, I wonder if my husband liked this when he was a kid. So I'm like, hey, bring us Celia's like leftovers and leftovers. And I said, all right. And I go, but I don't want 4 soups, man. And
I'm
she's like,
drawing the line right
yeah,
there.
I said, I can't have 4 soups.
That's crazy.
And she's like, well, I can go ask him in the back.
Ask him for what? Soup?
Because I said, can you just throw me like an egg roll and a Rangoon? I mean, literally just 1 extra egg roll and 1 extra Rangoon or one. I go, I can't eat 4 soups. I go, there's 2 of us. We're getting dinner for 4. Just switch it up a little bit. Give us 2 egg drops and then a couple of other things. You know what I mean? And I wasn't asking for a big bowl of fucking chow mein.
So on one hand, you want the 4 portions, but then you don't want all the 4 portions.
Not 4
when it comes to
soups.
soup.
Who the fuck wants 4 soups?
Who orders dinner for 4 when there's just 2 people?
I got news for you. Even Soupy Pete doesn't want 4 soups.
Soupy Pete.
He absolutely does not want 4 soups.
Then how do you get the nickname?
3 soups?
Maybe.
Because he ate 3 soups. And they said, you want a 4 soup, Pete? He said,
Jesus, Soupy Pete.
can't do it.
The name stuck forever.
So yeah, I said to Celia, I go, man, can you switch it up, man? I can't have 4 soups. And I said, I go, can we just get like an extra Rangoon? Or I said, I'll tell you what, I'll even take 1 egg roll for 2 soups. I go, you're saving the soup and we're getting an egg roll, it's fine. And she's like, I'll ask in the back. And of course that's never going to work because one of two things will happen.
Yeah.
Celia is so frightened to death of the Chinese chefs.
They're not Chinese. They're Mexican.
I don't know, man.
I'll bet you anything.
They don't allow Mexicans in Wisconsin.
They don't?
I don't think so.
That's why I missed your wedding.
Fucking gorgeous. That's a fucking home run. So yeah, but I mean, there's a language barrier where she can't go back there, and she's like, fucking doing chiz and bop on the goddamn countertop to show them how many soups they should subtract.
Dinner for 4, eat 4 soup.
Yeah, basically. So she came back out and she said, yeah, we can't help you. And I'm like, pardon me? And she goes, no, I'm sorry. You got to have the 4 soups. And she's like, do you want to take them with you? And I almost went, you know what? I was going to do a Nicholson and just go hold them between your knees. Like I was just so fucking mad. But I wasn't that mad because it's Christmas Eve.
You were mad.
Well, I was pissed. It's just like, because again, my money's fucking green. I'm paying you $70 for dinner for fucking 4. And if I don't want fucking 2 of the soups, throw me an egg roll for fuck's sake. What does it cost you? What does it change? Is there a fucking weird, do you have a list in the back? And you're like, oh, we sell 1,000 soups this week, but only 998 went out. What happened? Oh, but we sold 1,000 egg rolls, but 1,001 went out.
You're short. You're short soups.
Yeah, but you're over on egg rolls. Fuck, dude. I don't know. It just, and again, it was they were the egg rolls. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking, basically a canoe filled with cabbage. You know those fucking things? Oh, dude. You could just cut it open and float down the fucking Ganges. I mean, it's so good. It's because I told Jill, I go, these are the egg rolls. I go, these are the egg rolls I ordered when the night Val was born. And I was like, these are, because that's when I come here, I get Chinese food. And I said, I used to eat 4 of these in a sitting. And she's like, what? And I go, oh yeah. I said, I used to get 4 of these and then like a fucking shrimp with almonds or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And but then they came to the table and there's 4 egg rolls and 4 Rangoons and 4 shrimp toast and 4 fried chicken things and 4 wontons. And it just, when they brought, it was just this never ending, I thought
it's
of
almost
Sting.
like dinner for 4 people.
You'll remember me the night you ordered, oh, this field of brown. Because it was all just brown breading, dude. Just this fucking pile.
Jesus.
It just, yeah.
Should have brought 2 more people to eat all this food.
Christ, I wish I had 2 more soups to wash this down with. So, and she did. She brought us the 2 soups, and then she's like, "Hey, do you want me to just bag up the other soups?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I don't. I really, I don't." And I was gonna just give them away, but then I'm like, "No, I'll throw them in the fridge because who knows at midnight if I want egg drop soup one night." That happens to you when you wake up in the middle of the night. You're like, "Fuck, I would love some egg drop soup."
And then you're glad you got it.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be so angry that.
Well, yeah, but I'm more likely to wake up and go, "Fuck, I wish I had an egg roll." Goddamn, I wish I had a canoe filled with cabbage. That would be awesome. So they, she bagged up 2 of the soups, brought us the other 2 soups. We knocked them back. They brought this fried food, and it just and the stupidest thing we did that night was we drove Fred Flintstone's car to the Chinese place, and it just the tray of fried stuff tipped there over.
Oh,
we just fell right down. Fucking Dino's got his head through it. He's eating all the fucking wontons. But they bring the fried food, man, and we split 1 egg roll. And then I ate 1, and dude, we ate the shrimp toast. Oh, fuck you, dude. Dude, you ever had shrimp toast?
I don't know.
All right, you might have. Well,
I probably didn't care.
Oh, it was fried and you ate it?
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Well, Anthony Bourdain in his book says never eat the shrimp toast. He's like, he completely warns you off of it. He's like, don't, especially if it's some lonely restaurant where they're not busy. The only reason I ate the shrimp toast because they were busy. So I figured they were fucking turning it over and it wasn't going to be like some old fucking decrepit pile of shrimp toast from the 1980s. But they bring the shrimp toast out. And if you don't know what it is, dude, shrimp toast is essentially, it's like a kitchen sponge filled with grease. That's all it is. There's supposed to be shrimp
good.
somewhere in there.
I don't know why I didn't have it before.
Dude, well, I bit into it. I threw it in my mouth. And it's square. You know what? It looks like a brownie, but then you bite it, and in your mouth is just filled with hot grease. Oh, dude, it was so nasty. It just I bit it, and I looked at Jill, and she ate it, and she's just like, she goes, "Well, that's a little heavy." I'm like, "You're goddamn right, it is. Holy Jesus,
that's awful."
Yeah, it was grim, but then everything else was really good. But of course, because it's fucking deep fried. But the egg roll's the star of the show. Egg roll dominates.
So why didn't you just get some appetizers?
Well, because all I wanted was the egg roll, really. Everything else just kind of came.
Well, what I'm saying is that you know how you are like at a restaurant where you can't just order one thing, but
Right.
you know you can't eat anything. So what's the point of ordering dinner for 4 if you're just going to be dominating the appetizers? You just go in and order like one of those appetizer samplers, and then you're full and you're done and you can go home.
Well, because I don't want to just eat the fried stuff in a Chinese joint, man. I'm looking for, like, I want a shrimp with a lobster sauce, and I tell them to throw some cashews and some almonds in it. And Jill wanted some kung pao chicken, and that came. And then we got a sesame chicken with it as well. And then we got a chow mein, and then we got a fried rice.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, it was the food just kept coming out. It was just that thing where just all of somebody's like they just keep this procession of fucking food coming out to the table. Wow. And we're at a table for 2. So she, at one point, they were just covered, and it's just piled up. I can't even see Jill. I just saw her hair. And I'm like,
get a bucket. Throw up.
But that's the thing is we order, but we don't eat so much that we're fucking dead. So then when she comes over, she's like, "You want me to start wrapping this up?" We're like, "Yeah, okay." And like her and another person have to carry it all over to the countertop. And when Jill just, because I got my back to it, and Jill goes, "Turn around, look at our food." And I turn around, and it just looked like a Chinese puppet show with like dinner for 4 just lined up and having a fight. I mean, it took up the whole counter, dude. It was just like 7 different plates. It was fucking amazing. And then she's getting out pagodas, and she got one pagoda to scoop into another pagoda. She's got a scooping pagoda and a regular pagoda. Dude, they go through a lot of fucking pagodas in this
Did
joint.
they have the apicoda there?
They did not.
They didn't have the apicoda.
Well, I didn't order the fish.
Right.
So they're lining everything up, and they're stacking it, and they're putting it all away. And I had to go use the restroom, and I walked into the bar, and because there's an adjoining bar at this joint, and again, like I said, they got the Virgin Lament. So It's a Wonderful Life is playing in the bar. I turned around, and it was the perfect part. It was, it's right when he's found out that the $8,000 is gone. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Wait, what if Jill listens?
She's seen it. Finally, she's on board,
all right.
and she's not listening to this fucking show anymore.
Good.
So I sure enough, I go into there, and it's the scene where he's yelling at his kids. You know, and it's where Jimmy Stewart is finally mad, and they cut. I took a few. I just grabbed my camera. I said, "I got to take a picture of this. It's fucking gorgeous, dude." So I get a picture of the bar, and it's the perfect scene where he's just like, he's staring. He's just yelled at the kids, and they're all crying, and he's all disheveled, and he's got that fucking kind of beard, and his hair's all messed up. So I take the picture and I post it, and I'm like, "It's a Wonderful Life in a Bar, Wisconsin Christmas achievement unlocked." And I within like 5 minutes, my brother Glenn,
I saw it.
dude, I laugh every fucking time I see it. If you're on Facebook, go to my page and just find that photo, and then just look at the first comment. It's my brother Glenn. He totally zooms in
on the guy
at the bar who's so mad. Like you can just see he's just Christmas. If you were to say Christmas in a bar, that's the dude you would totally picture. It's like he's holding a pack of cigarettes and an ace of spades. I mean, he's just a dude who's wandering the earth looking for a card game to swindle. You know what I mean? One of those guys. He just wants to crawl into a bottle and fucking just die. And and when Glenn, oh my God, dude, it's fucking so awesome. And I laughed because Jill just started cracking up. Like I didn't know. And she goes, "Did you see what your brother put?" And I go, "No, I didn't." And I look and there's no comment. That's the best part. There's no comment. It's literally just that dude. And he zoomed in on his fucking face.
Out you two pixies go.
Oh, so great. God damn, I loved it. Yeah, and then you wrote that on there, fucking the Sheldon Leonard deal from It's a Wonderful Life. God damn it, dude, so
That's
great.
Another thing. What do you come off calling me Nick?
So they pack up our dinner for 4, and we head out into the night because we had to go to the theater. Movie starts at 10, and when we got in there, dude, it was a fucking crazy festival because not only Hateful Eight is there, but then Star Wars is in the other 15 fucking theaters, which I'm seeing tonight, by the way. So by the time you hear this, I will have seen it. So no more. I'm avoiding all the spoilers, and I have been.
Hooray!
Hey, look, I know you don't care.
I don't.
But I'm on board with it. I must see it. And we're seeing it with crazy bells and whistles and recliners and all that nonsense. But yeah, so we get there and there's all these people like getting their tickets printed out, and and Jill is so hypersensitive to me, dude. And that's why to me I'm always like, what? I don't even know why you're here. Like, why do you want to even stand next to me ever? Because we go to walk into the theater and this woman at the box goes, "Excuse me, tickets." And I said, "Yeah." And I showed my phone and I said, "Here, I bought them online." She goes, "I'm sorry, you got to go print them out." And I looked at her and because in LA, and I'm not trying to be big town fucking idiot, but in Los Angeles, you literally show your phone and you scan them and you fucking go in and sit down if you want. So I looked at her and I held up the phone and I said, "Hey, here you go." And she goes, "No, you got to go print them out." And there's like a big line at the printing machine. And I'm already kind of late, in my opinion, because I'm not in the theater a half hour early. You know what I mean? For movies, especially when there's not assigned seating, fat me has got to find a seat that's going to be comfortable. You know, and I also don't want to be sitting by idiots. I don't want to sit by anybody. I don't want to, you know what? Nobody come to the movies when I'm there. That's it. Stay home. I just want a personal screening. Me and Jill, that's it. And Dave, you want to come?
Yeah, okay.
All right,
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because you try to do sex stuff in there while I'll have to go sit.
Well, not if you come along. I'm not going to do that. If it's just the two of us, now forget about it.
Probably would.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, then sit behind us, or no, sit in front of us.
I'm going to sit to the side.
No, because then you'll see out of the side eye.
No.
You don't want a side eye sex glance.
No.
If you sit in front of me, you're just waiting to get hit with something wet.
No, because then I'll just go get the usher.
Oh, don't report
Can you make
me,
these two people leave?
dude. I just bought out the theater for us.
For me.
Oh, see, and you get me tossed. I don't like it. Fine, we'll even go get dinner for 4, and you are not included, motherfucker.
That's all right. I'll be watching Star Wars by myself in a big theater.
So we go in so I show her the tickets and she's like, "You got to print them out." And I'm not even kidding. This is what I do. I go, and immediately Jill goes, "Don't be mad." And I go, "What?" And she goes, "Don't be mad. It's fine. We'll print the tickets out. We'll give them to him. You don't need to be mad." And I'm like, this is me. I get mad for 10 seconds and then I print the tickets out and we go in and see the movie. I mean, that's just kind of it. I'm still working on that part of me, but I'm not happy about it because now I got to go back in line. And even though I bought the tickets 2 weeks ago, I got to go prove it. I mean, I got it in my phone. By the way, I said all that in my head. In reality, what I did was I went, "Honey, this is me. I get mad sometimes, but I'm okay now. I mean, it's fine." She's like, "Well, yeah, but you shouldn't be mad." And you're nodding.
Yeah.
So say it then.
She's right.
But yeah, okay, but I get mad. It happens sometimes.
Okay. Then you're going to continuously have this problem. Does that make sense?
Well, I guess, but I didn't fucking Hulk out and destroy the joint.
But the fact is you have the capability of doing that at any moment. And that's what she's worried about.
Then why? What is she doing?
Because most
you know what I mean? Why is she?
I can't answer that question.
How dare you become my wife if you don't understand what you're getting yourself into here?
I can't help you because I'm not allowed in Wisconsin. If I was allowed in Wisconsin, I would have gone up there and said, "Dude, you know, you can't you can't show the first signs of flipping out.
You know,
to
I gotta
somebody who
get.
doesn't want you to flip out.
Well, she's got to carry like Wild Hyacinth or play that Weasel tune or fucking Moe Larry the Cheese Me. I mean, she got to do something, right?
She did.
Oh, she went. Don't get mad.
That's the equivalent of pulling out the Wild Hyacinth. What are they doing in the Hyacinth house?
Oh man. So I all right, but I don't.
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, I'm a work in progress. I know, and I'm 48, and yes, I get it, and sometimes I lose it a little bit, and I get mad, and that's fine. But I mean, I didn't. She's seen me, like I said, get crazy mad.
That's enough for her to know what you're capable of, and that's why she doesn't want to deal with it.
Well, it wasn't going to happen.
Well, you know that. She doesn't know that. It's not like Bruce Banner's eyes turn green, and then all of a sudden they don't. Once they turn green, he's going. It's not like the contacts pop out, and he's like, whew, almost turned into the Hulk just then. Where are those contact lenses? I got to put those away.
Whew.
That's a close one.
Whew, I almost got a Hulk on you.
See what I'm saying? Once she sees the eyes go green, she knows, man.
For me, it's the sigh. It's the.
Well, there's a difference. Most people will sigh, and it will be just you're perturbed, you're put out. You're not mad. You're not angry. You're just like, geez, all right, whatever.
Well, I wasn't. That's the thing. I guess that's what I was trying to say. Is you've seen me mad and angry, like.
Yeah, but it starts somewhere, and that's where it starts. You did the same thing in Wisconsin when you was at the mail place when you didn't want to sign your credit card.
Right.
Same thing. It all starts the same.
Yeah, but you would think by now she learned it's fruitless to tell me not to get mad.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, that's not my area.
Well, I'm working on it. I don't know. Fuck. So I had to go print out the goddamn tickets.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. You two pixies. So I printed out the fucking tickets and we walk over. And here's the best thing, dude. Fucking road show. So the lady gives us two programs. That was kind of the benefit of printing out the ticket that I showed them to her. And I was very nice. And I was like, here you go. And I smiled. I said, Merry Christmas. And she's like, here you go. And she gave us two programs. Because Tarantino, for the road shows, you get these like, remember when you used to go to concerts and you would buy that, it was the concert book?
Yeah, I used to get programs all the time.
Yeah. There was because I remember having a Kiss book and it would just, the centerfold thing was awesome. And just all the pictures of them because they're larger than fucking life. But then I can remember buying like a dumb one for like the Who, and you're like, these guys aren't wearing makeup or anything. It's just the fucking guy standing around.
This is Foghat. Want to see them? See what they look like?
Look at my Boston book.
Look at the middle. This is all the guys from Foghat. Right
Look
here.
at Brad Delp. So we get that. And it's awesome. In the middle, it's got pictures of each individual guy, and then it's got quotes from the movie and a story behind it and all that neat stuff. And then we went in to find seats, and the theater was already like I'd say about 2/3 full. And the funny thing is, Jill's like, "Hey, I have to go. Honey, can I use the bathroom?" I said, "Sure." So I'm standing outside.
She asked you permission to use the bathroom?
Well, no, like I'm going because it's right there.
I think I found the source of all the problems.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, all right.
She didn't really ask. She just like, honey, I have to. I mean, but I will say this though. She always does do that though. She'll be like, "Is that okay?" And I'm like, "Why wouldn't it be?" I
don't want you to get mad.
I know. It's like, why wouldn't it be okay to use the bathroom? Fucking bathroom. Oh, tiny bladder. So she'll be like, honey, is it okay if I use the bathroom? I'm like, it's a 3-hour movie. Please, I want you to do it.
No.
You cannot. So I waited. And the best part was everybody kept walking up and they're trying to go in the theater and they're looking at me and like, dude, where'd you get that like program? And I said, they hand them out at the box office. They're like, really? I go, yeah. I go, but you got to show you got to show your ticket because they're being real hard asses about it. And people would leave and they'd come back with the programs. I can't even imagine, like, because there were people in the theater like, where'd you get that? I'm like, dude, didn't they give it to you? And it came in because it was such a zoo, such a Star Wars fucking zoo. Because if you saw Star Wars, you got a free lightsaber. I don't know if you know that. So
like
that's
a real one.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, but that's why I just got a book, and you know what? I got a rock. So we go in and we sit in the theater, and then and there was people. You know me. There's people behind me, and they're talking like about video games and life, and they're just nerds because it's a Tarantino movie, so it just it draws those people out. And
the public.
Yeah, I don't like the public, and they think they're kind of think they're better than people. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell because they're seeing Tarantino, other people are seeing Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like it just was kind of eh. But we're sitting there waiting for the movie to start. It was great. And then it kicks in, and there's an overture which starts in the beginning. And this guy talks like behind me. He talks all through the overture, and they were fucking loud, dude. And I looked at Jill, and she goes, "You're getting mad, aren't you?" And I'm like, I go, well, I said I let people talk all the way up until the time the movie starts. As long as they stop and the movie starts, I don't care. And then movie started, and luckily, climbed it up. Did not talk. And The Hateful Eight is Quentin Tarantino's 8th movie. And you're behind, man. Like, you haven't seen. Did you see? You didn't even see Inglourious Bastards, I don't think.
Yeah, I saw it once.
You saw that, okay, but you didn't see Django.
No.
Okay, but you saw Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You saw Jackie Brown.
Parts.
So you've seen, yes, you've
Little
seen
bit.
most everything, pretty
Little
much.
bit.
Yeah. So we watched it, and I was very, like I said, I was worried to introduce Jill to the movie because that's my guy. And so if she's like, and like if she didn't like Hateful Eight, she's never gonna want to watch Pulp Fiction, and I'll be like, oh,
but we
dude.
talked about this before. What if she doesn't like it?
Well, then I don't get to show her Pulp Fiction.
And?
Well, that would stink.
Why?
Because I want to share cool things with her.
Yeah, but what difference does it make?
Dude, she's making me watch Swim Fan. So, I mean, I think I'm okay
What?
here. You're goddamn right.
What the hell's going on there?
Because she brought in some DVDs, because I brought a bunch of DVDs to her house. She's like, honey, did you ever see this movie? It's a movie called Swim Fan and a movie called Disturbia. She's like, these are great movies. Like,
Is Swim Fan with the one-armed chick?
No idea. No, that's when the fucking shark bit that lady.
Maybe used to watch this. Oh, that's Soul Surfer, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Something having to do with arms and sharks.
Is Galactus in that movie?
Galactus?
Yeah.
In Soul Surfer?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's an all African American cast.
Oh, okay. So it's all right. So then it's Galactus Ika? Galactus? Yeah, okay.
It's Marcus Galactus.
Galactus Jackson? Franklin Galactus? All right.
It's a spin-off of Peanuts.
So we watched the movie, Dave, and people have posted on my Facebook, and they've written me, and they're like, dude, I'm so excited to see this, and I want to hear what you thought about it. And 2015 was a year of things. Like, I went and saw Van Halen, and I can mitigate kind of anything where, because I love Van Halen so much. The band was so tight, I was so excited, and then Dave was Dave. And Dave,
you see things through a predisposed.
Sure. Yeah, I'm predisposed to like Van Halen. I'm predisposed to like Tarantino.
Sure.
That's just kind of, and because
you give them leeway because of the fact that they're great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the good thing was at the end of the movie, Jill's like, I liked it. She's like, yeah, I did. I liked it. I was like, oh, and we talked about it. And we both had some of the same feelings about it. Mm-hmm. But the good news is she wants to watch all the others. But fuck.
It sucked, didn't it?
It wasn't great. I wanted it to be great. All of his movies crackle for me, like fucking Django and Inglourious Basterds. I mean, I saw Django 5 times in the theater. Inglourious Basterds, the same thing. And there's these scenes that set up this tension, and I don't understand what he was doing this time. I can't. Here's what it is. It's almost like he went, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a Quentin Tarantino movie. And I've never gotten that vibe from him before in any of his other films. Like, he always just struck me as he was writing from the heart and writing stuff and being interesting and doing his thing. What do we got? Is that a rampage tornado?
I think it's the boy just running around. Who knows? Sometimes he got PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So he's been in front of the television nonstop, and he forgets to go to the bathroom. Then he remembers he's got to go to the bathroom. So then he runs to the bathroom. And that's probably what you heard, I hope.
Well, I mean, this might be a good time for me to bring this up. Is he going to ask me permission or not?
He doesn't have to. You know why?
Why is that?
He's seen Goodfellas. He doesn't have to ask for anything.
All right, as long as he's on board with. And we actually almost watched that the other day.
Almost. This close.
It was so close.
A little bit.
Well, because he was all sleepy, and I'm like, "You want to watch a movie?" And she's like, "I totally do." And just fucking chin on my shoulder. And then you know what I did? I of course sang, "Put your chin on my shoulder, and drool your drool on me, baby." Ooh. What? Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my God, that's a lot. That's a lot of talk about shrimp toast.
Yeah, that's a shoot.
Have you even talked yet? Jesus fucking Christ!
I said a couple things.
All right.
This was more of like a conversation of 4.
Well,
as far as,
yeah, if minus 3.
If 4 of us had 10 minutes to talk, that's right where we are.
And I
Or
suck
one
up the
guy
rest.
could do 40. I don't know.
Look, I get mixed up. I don't know what to do.
It's your show, man.
Well, it's our show this week. We're all here.
It is.
We're
Then I
having
want to
fun.
talk about something different. 'Cause
All
I don't
right.
like any of this.
We'll get there. We got plenty of time. And although we don't even know if these discs work, right?
Oh, these will work. The whole thing I talked to you about before, that's another technical thing that I don't even want to get into.
Well, I'll talk about it on the other side.
All right.
That's $10,000, Connor. Yeah. You're a mean one, Mr. Schmidt. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Schmidt. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Schmidt. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You got garlic in your soul, Mr. Schmidt. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. You're a vile one, Mr. Schmidt. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Schmidt. Given the choice between the two of you, I'll take the seasick crocodile. You're a foul one, Mr. Schmidt. You're a nasty, nasty squirt. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of dirt, Mr. Schmidt. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote, "You're dirt, dirt." You're the rotter, Mr. Schmidt. You're the king of sinful sots. Your heart's a dead tomato squash with moldy purple spots, Mr. Schmidt. Your soul is an appalling dump heap, overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up and tangled up knots. Nauseate, Mr. Schmidt, with a noxious super nos. You're a crooked jerky jockey and you drive a crooked horse, Mr. Schmidt. You're a three-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce.
Back on the grid. Tron style. What was Jeff Bridges' name in Tron?
Jeff.
Glowy. He had that fucking suit on.
Chloe Tron.
Glowy Tron. I think that's who
I
it
thought
was.
his name was Tron.
Actually, Glowy Tron. He's on that Lil Wayne cut, man. He's one of those dudes. I got his mixtape, Glowy Tron. It's not bad.
I saw him on Ridiculousness.
Who's that fucking idiot? That white peanut head dude who hosts that show.
Rob Dyrdek?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
God damn that dude. I watched that. I watched that here. That's the only time I've ever seen. I
Yeah.
didn't know. Again, there are things that I don't know that they exist
I know.
until I'm in your living room
Vice versa. I didn't know anything about Chinese food till you got here.
or Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You were like, "What's Illinois' hat like? Can't go up there.
Don't know.
Sorry, buddy. You got to swim over." You're used to that. All right.
Mexican jokes.
That's how they do it, or how I do it, certainly, with flair. So, you know what? That's not how I do it. That's how I do it. You're goddamn right. Yeah. All right. I don't know that one. That was like a quick draw McGraw all of a sudden. What the fuck was
That's
that?
when Bruce Lee was with the mariachis.
That's when Bruce Lee tried to get a bit into a hot Pop-Tart. Dude, that fruit filling is hot.
It's Bruce Lee hot.
Dude, there's nothing hotter than the inside of a Pop-Tart except maybe the inside of a pot pie. Like if you cook a pot pie and then you're like, all right, man, I'm gonna let that cool off.
No.
I hope you got a week. Literally, just leave it on your countertop and just, and even if the crust is like cold, if there's, I don't care if there's like a global, freezing event on top of it, the inside is still going to be tepid enough where you're going to, all right, I can actually put this in my mouth now.
Nope.
No, that's how Goldilocks died.
Goldilocks.
She ate a pot pie. She came in, she's like, this pot pie is too cold. This pot pie, fuck. Done. They just fucking found a blonde wig on top of ash. Because she ate a fucking gravy volcano. Take that, fucking Goldilocks. Put your fork in there and you get a face full of gravy volcano.
Never steal a bear's pot pie.
With peas for eyes. With peas for eyes.
So you're at Tarantino.
Well, all right. So Dave told me when I was coming over here today, he's like, hey, we might be able to do a show.
Oh, yeah.
But we might not be able to do a show. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, we can record a show. I just don't know if it'll exist. I'm like, what does that mean? What
it means is, again, this is like a lot of technical crap. Do you want me to tell you? I mean, I'll tell you.
Well, try to be interesting.
No, it's impossible to do.
Dude, I talked about Triptos for 9 minutes and made it interesting.
This isn't going to be interesting.
Well, hold on. Maybe it wasn't interesting.
That's what I'm saying. We have to redefine interesting.
But I did talk about Shrimp Toast for 9 minutes.
You did?
Yes.
Every time we record on the zip disks, and then I have to play the show back into a CD recorder because I need to get it into a format by which I can put it in my computer and then send it to you.
Right.
It's automatically an MP, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Converts it automatically. So I've run out of blank CDs, CDRs. But it would be easy just to run up to Best Buy and get more. But for some reason, this particular recorder only accepts a certain kind of CDR.
I see.
And it's out of existence. So
but you think you have some here that
I think I have a couple. I have enough to do it. If we keep the show to 2 discs, I think we can do it. And if not, we have to wait because I Amazon Primed more discs, and they should be here by like Thursday.
It's a 2-discer. It's a 2-discer. All right. Well,
so worst case scenario, the show doesn't go up until Thursday evening.
Well, we've had a courtesy of death and everything else the last few weeks. We've had kind of a funky schedule. So things
have been askew.
And you're okay? Everything's good?
With the recording?
Well, with life, everything's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thanks everybody who wrote really nice things on my Facebook page.
What about the people who wrote terrible things?
Well, those people will be dealt with in the afterlife, I think.
That's right, Gravy Volcano, right in your face. Yeah, all right. Well,
it was nice. It was nice. People, I mean, I have a lot of family on Facebook. Obviously, they knew my dad had passed, and but I had to alert cousins that I don't see often, and so I heard from them. But I also heard from a lot of your fans, so that was pretty cool. I think it was.
Yeah, absolutely. People are nice, and because people wrote me and said the same thing. As a matter of fact,
because it was a weird thing, man. It was a weird thing that my dad passed on a Friday, and then Mr. B passed like 4 days after that, or 5 days after that.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
It's kind of weird.
And then Jill and I are going to a funeral tomorrow for a friend's wife.
That's got nothing to do with me.
Well, because you're not allowed up there.
See?
But yes, but we're going to a nice Italian joint too, so that's going to be okay. It's going to be an all right day. Half the day will be all right.
As long as it's about the food, yeah. Get your priorities straight.
Well, as you know, we went to Mongo McMichael's for your festival.
Mongo McMichael's. The Hernandez family would like to thank everybody who came out to show their support and love for David, and we hope the Lord keeps him. And the family would like to invite you all to Mongo McMichael's.
Old-timey Suds Barn and
karaoke bar. So when my mom was planning, we had to plan all this stuff. Obviously, we had a wedding. We had a funeral coordinator. It's pretty cool thing. I didn't know they had these things, but this dude takes care of everything. And my mom was trying to keep everything close so people didn't have to drive far.
That dude, he looked straight up. He looked like the guy who meets an alderman in the alley with an envelope of cash. He tried because he had that jacket, like, but with the fur collar, and then that hat on the top. You know what I mean? Just that normal hat. And he had that little. He was a little guy.
He's a little stout, like fire plug dude.
Yeah.
And he's cut out for this business. He just has a way about him that puts you at ease. He's very calm. Everything he says is gentle. Whatever you want to do, whatever the family wants to do. And you almost go, yeah, man, this is pretty cool. This guy's pretty. And you forget that you're planning a funeral.
Well, that's kind of. I mean, that's just, you get sucked into a whirlwind there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
he takes care of everything.
He's like your conduit to the real world.
Yeah, whatever you needed done. Like, I mean, silly things that you would never think about. Like, he took pictures of the flower arrangements and who gave them, so that later on my mom could process that these flower arrangements were sent by your aunt. So because you never would have paid attention to that when you're at a wake, you know.
No, because you're floating.
Exactly.
Like you don't know what the fuck's happening.
It's an alternative reality. You're not really there, but you're there. And like they had a digital sign-in book so that the thank you cards came pre-printed.
Yeah.
Just things you would have to do at some point. You know, the work and the thought was taken right out of it.
I like the digital sign-in book because I got to sign in and then I got to eat Blinky and Clyde. So that was pretty
cool.
good. Yeah, it was fun. You got to work people in so they can pay attention and have fun during the whole deal.
And by all means, you know, when an 80-year-old man passes away and all his friends come, they love the interactive electronic.
Oh, Christ,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah, that's really right up their alley.
Yeah, you may as well have had a VCR with a blinking clock on the coffin. And maybe an ATM machine, and everybody try to remember their fucking code. Why not do that?
What?
I don't.
It keeps clearing. I cannot get it straight. What is this button for?
Maria, what is the number again? Maria, I need $20 to put in the casket.
So my mom was planning the lunch, and she goes, well, just down the street is a really nice banquet hall. Now, you heard me talk. You might even have talked about the Apollo restaurant. It was like the only nice restaurant in between Bolingbrook and Romeoville. It was right in the middle of nowhere. Well,
I've talked about it because my mom knew your dad there. Like that,
that's
my
where
mom would
dad
go
used to
drink.
go. Yeah, my mom and dad would go there all the time. Well, now it's a different place, and it's actually Steve McMichael's place, so it's literally called Mongo McMichael's.
Yes.
But when she said, I want to have the lunch in there, I'm like, please pick someplace else, because I could already hear him. And I could hear the guy going, the family would like you to all gather at Mongo McMichael's.
Yeah.
I'm like, can't we just call it McMichael's? Can we call it something different?
I mean, I understood why she. Yeah.
I knew the second that it was said that there were three people I knew at that gravesite that were laughing, including myself.
Well, even your dad sat up. He was like,
He would have
really?
It was pretty fun.
Really?
Seriously? Yeah. You, Jeff, and me.
Oh, we couldn't stop.
Yeah.
And then I have I told you I got the text from him, and he's like, "Hey, man, I Mr. B's wake. I know. I was hoping maybe we could get lunch at Billy White Shoes Johnson's Bistro." I'm like, "Yep." And I just showed it.
Derek's House of Pies.
I showed it to Jill, and Jill she just laughed. You know what I mean? Because again, when anybody else does all that stuff, it's hilarious. And then when I do it, she's just like, "Honey."
I don't know who this is. Who is this? What's football?
What was Billy? What are shoes?
What is that?
White shoes. What is white? Is that a color of some sort? So is that a sauce? I think it's a sauce. Billy Sauce Shoes Johnson? Dude, change that. Oh my God, how is he not Billy Sauce Shoes
Billy
Johnson?
White Sauce Johnson.
No, I'm on board with that. That would be my porn name, White Sauce Johnson. Oh, dude,
That would
right?
be the tag under your videos.
That works on every
White
level.
Sauce Johnson.
It works on every level.
It does.
Holy shit, White Sauce Johnson's a great porn
And
name.
you have to wear an Oilers jersey.
I'm in. And when you're fucking, you got to do the dance. the
Wiggle the knees.
Wiggle the knee dance.
Going to the splits.
Oh, dude. And drop the ball behind yourself. You're going to throw it, catch it. Awesome.
So yeah,
so
wakes and funerals. I know you did that show a couple weeks
We
back.
did,
It was a mind blowing thing just to have that happen.
I can't even imagine, dude. We just to have them because they were stacked on top of one another.
And then to get the day of my father's wake to get a call from Evil Dennis and saying, "Hey, I can't come to your dad's wake because my dad just died."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh God, what is going on?"
Someone is killing the UN of Evil's fathers.
Yeah, it could be one of those mafia plots where they try to take out the heads of the family. We need to check Tessio's phone line.
Holy shit! And Patalia, he's in the fucking bathtub right now. So
Don't go to get a rub down, whatever you do.
No, do not.
And if you do, don't bring your
Do
glasses.
not put them on. Awful news. This one time.
What time will you ask me about my business?
I will let you ask me where the luncheon is after the funeral. This one time. Is it at Mongo McMichael's? No. So we go to Tarantino. We go see the movie, and I should tell you this. This kind of made me laugh because I'm a jerk. We sat down in the theater and we're waiting and we're getting ready, and then she just looks at me and she goes, "Honey, I forgot my glasses." And she had made sure to grab them before we left the house and her glasses are just like kind of like she can see without them. She's not, it's not like a thing where she has to have glasses on, but she wears them to drive, and it brings everything into sharper relief.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you're nearsighted like I am, and you have to have them when you drive at night, and if you're sitting far from a theater screen, you want to have your glasses.
Yeah, because I'm in the same boat. Because honestly, her glasses are perfect for me. It's like the prescription is great.
You shouldn't wear each other's glasses.
Well, I can't wear her glasses. I got a size 8 head.
Yeah, I know, you'll bend them.
She's totally tiny. I mean, she's all like, she's a little woman, a tiny woman, a tiny, beautiful woman, and I have a gigantic fucking parade float head. So I will put her glasses on, and I'll just rest them on the bridge of my nose, but I won't put them over my ears. That thing where they go way up. So you know how I look like? I look like fucking John Candy when he was drumming in the Queen Haters. Did you ever see that on SCTV? No. Bobby Pittman on his fucking talk show. How are ya? So him and Sammy Maudlin, Sammy Maudlin's show. Bobby Pittman's on as the comic and Lola Heatherton, and then they book a punk band because they want to have these new kids today, and they want to go ahead and have this touchstone. Or wait, no, I apologize. It wasn't Bobby Pittman. It was Rock and Mel Slurp's Rock Pile. So that's Eugene Levy and Rock and Mel. It was like their version of American Bandstand. And he's like, so we got a band from England who's really turning around now. We've got a band called the Queen Haters. And he throws it to them, and it's, dude, fucking Martin Short's the lead singer, and he's totally Sid Vicious out. I really hate the Queen. I want to see her dead. That would make me laugh. Like and it's just this. But John Candy's the drummer, and he's in a full-on flesh skin wig, so he's bald, completely bald, and he's wearing granny square glasses with the chain, and he's just in there. So it's like these little glasses on his giant fat head, and that's what it looks like when I wear Jill's glasses. I look like John Candy drumming for the Queen Haters. I really hate the Queen. She really makes me laugh. Oh, Martin Short is a fucking genius, dude. Martin Short is a genius. I will fight. There are people out there just like cutting edge new comedy people, and it's like, you know what, fucking Billy Crystal, fuck that. Billy Crystal. He was hysterical. He was for me. He just fucking him and Robin Williams and fucking Martin Short and Steve Martin. Those dudes, man, they just got funny in them. I watched a bit the other day. Albert Brooks was on Letterman, and he called his parrot. And it was like fucking. And normally you just be like, that's dumb, but of course his parrot's a grouch, and he's a jagoff to him. And he goes, the parrot says to Albert Brooks, "Hey, your brother was here, and he took all your furniture." And he goes, "What do you mean my brother? My brother's in London." And he goes, "No, he's a little Chinese guy. He came and took all your furniture." He goes, "Why would you think that my brother was a little Chinese guy?" And he goes, "Have you seen the size of my eyes? Everybody looks like a little Chinese guy." That's what the parrot said. Dude, fucking awesome. So funny, so ridiculous. So so she forgets her glasses, and I wanted nothing to ruin the moment. I didn't want her to have any excuse for not watching the movie. So I go, "Honey, I'll go get him." And she goes, "No, honey, I can go get him." And I'm like, and it's that thing where, again, that's the yin and the fucking yang of our relationship is, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. I hate you.
No, there's no yin and yang. You're both yings.
All right, there you go. I'll take that. Yeah. And it's not I hate you. It's just, it's
no,
just,
I know, but that's probably,
it's the source of all tensions.
Too much similarity.
Yes, because she would absolutely suffer discomfort to make sure that I was comfortable.
Vice versa.
Yes, and so it's this weird thing where there's just kind of this war going on between like, hey, I can do good things for you. No, I can do good things for you. No, shut up. and then it just inevitably, like we had never mind.
Been a lot of never minds lately.
Well, it's fucking because we had a fucking butte this morning because she fucking all right. Well, last year,
all right,
she shoveled the driveway without me. She wouldn't let me go shovel the driveway.
That's ludicrous.
She would not let me go shovel the driveway.
Shit.
So she said,
What do you mean she wouldn't let you?
She said, you don't have boots on, so you can't come out. And I'm like, no, I can. I totally can. She's like, no, you don't have boots on. So honey, please just stay in the house and relax. It's warm in there. It's totally cool. I've been shoveling my whole life. I live in Wisconsin. I'm like, I grew up in Chicago. And I'm 6'2", 270. I go, you're 5 feet tall. I go, it's okay. I can shovel. So then last year she was like, she was just like kind of laid down the law. She's like, you're not coming out. You can't. It was like a thing where she was going to get mad if I went out to shovel. And I'm like, I mean, all right. So I'm all dressed. I got a hoodie on. I know how to fucking shovel. I think I talked about this on the fucking show. I had 2 pairs of socks on, and then I put grocery bags on my feet, and then I put the shoes on over those. That's how you do it. It's just makeshift boots. So I'm sitting there in the house, and she's just like, I got it. And I'm just like, all right. So then I'm sitting there, and then she texts me from the garage. She's like, oh my God, honey, it's like 2 feet of snow. And she sends a picture. And I'm sitting there going, all right, that's
your cue to say, well, come on, help you.
Well, basically, and so then she goes, and she shows that she shoveled some of it. She goes, I think my phone is dying. It's so cold out here. And I'm like, oh my God, fuck this. So I went out there. I was like, fuck this. I'm going out there. So I went out, and the thing is, we can't shovel the walk because her garage is about 15 yards from the house.
It's a detached garage.
Yes.
Right.
And so I want to shovel the driveway. I want to shovel the sidewalk and the porch.
Yeah.
But she says, no, that's the landlord's job. They will do it. And I don't want them to think that they don't have to. So, because I'm not there all the time. So like if I'm there for a week and I shovel the fucking driveway, but then I go out of town, then they don't come and shovel the driveway because they figure that I got it. So I understand the logic there because they told her we will take care of it all the time, which is fine. And it's just, the guy who owns the house who's fucking great. That guy loves me. And then this never ending series of transients who he hires to fucking, carry snow shovels, that sort of deal. It's like, hey, Dennis, you want to make a 6-pack? You know what I mean? That sort of guy. Because it's Wisconsin. It's those dudes who do odd jobs. There's some guy, one of those guys you always see in the bar with gloves on because he's just waiting to get told to clean out somebody's gutters for a shot. You know what I mean? Those fucking
like
idiots.
the guy that was watching A Wonderful Life.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
that
guys.
dude, he's sitting at the bar hoping that something goes wrong with the septic tank so he can just dive in.
Oh, my pager went off.
Oh, I made double on Christmas Eve. Let's do it. My pager went off. No fucking kidding. So, I get out there and I start busting her balls. I'm like, I can shovel the driveway. She's like, honey, no, it's, and she goes, well, and I did some of it. And then she's like, no, honey, you don't have to, and I'll do it. So I let her fucking do it.
Yeah.
And then that became a thing. And so
Why
then
did
finally
it become a thing?
because why are you doing it? What are you, I'm here. Let me help.
She clearly stated her position. She wanted to do it.
All right. Well, then you're going to make fun of me for this thing.
I'm not going to make fun of you. Again, it's not, I don't, I'm just trying to see these things as what do you call it? Third person?
Because I sit there feeling fucking useless. Why is my fat ass sitting in the fucking house doing nothing while she's out shoveling the goddamn driveway? Again, she's 5 feet tall, weighs 96 pounds.
Because it's not about you. It's not about you.
But I'm me.
Yes.
And I'm there and I'm me, so fuck.
So everybody's supposed to do what you want them to do. You don't want to shovel.
You know what? That's funny. That's the second time I've heard that today, but not out of your mouth. So I heard that same line this morning.
It was a guy at Dunkin' Donuts, wasn't it?
It sure was. I said, hey, I want those munchkins, but I want them in a box, not a bag.
Hey, not everything's about you, man.
Box, not a bag.
Jesus.
So,
I can't take it.
So we had a talk in August. And it was one of the many talks where we sit there and I go, look, this is me and this is you, and here's where the twain meet, and then there's a circle, and then there's a little line there like a Q, and we got to figure out what to do. So I said, hey, look, I go, the thing with the driveway, I go, it's just ridiculous. I go, I'm here.
You brought that up in April? Wait,
August, I think.
You brought something up from the previous winter.
We were talking about stuff because it goes to point. It goes to
the fact that you have held on to that for 8 months is utterly ridiculous.
Thank you.
Okay.
So it goes to motive. Because we were talking about something else. I did the dishes or something.
You
and
used
she's just
it as an example of something.
Yes, it wasn't like I was like, and then that time with the fucking driveway,
All right.
I was like, look, I like to do things for you. You like to do things for me. I said, because I did the dishes. And she's like, honey, you don't have to do the dishes every day. And I'm like, well, no, I'm home. You're at work. She works a 12-hour shift. I'm sitting in her house. And she'll come home. She's like, you really didn't have to do the dishes. And I'm like, no, I kind of did. There's like 4 bowls. It's okay. So I said, it's like with the driveway. I go, honey. And so we agreed. We were like, I think we almost shook on it. Where it was like, she's like, you know what? You're right. She goes, you can do half the driveway and I'll do half the driveway. I go, look, I can live with that. That's fine. And I could be remembering that wrong. I may have had that in my brain and she never agreed to it. However, I may have said, I'll do half the driveway, you do half the driveway. And she may have said, okay. Or she might have said, I don't know what you're talking about. Or she may have just,
But it doesn't matter because I'm going to finish the conversation myself.
She may not have been in the room.
It's going to be, I'm going to control this thing here.
So today, so last night, because we're in the middle of Winter Storm Goliath, as all of you know, here in the Midwest. And it's been super warm. Like, I mean, dude, when I was driving to your fucking house, it's like houses have white snow and then green grass.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
It was a nice storm. It wasn't much of a snow accumulation.
Well, there's like a foot of snow.
Yeah, but it's wet. It's all wet snow, and it didn't last very long.
Because, like you said, the ice came after. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the previous month has been fucking 50 degrees.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's all these green lawns with fucking white snow on them. It's ridiculous. Everybody looks like they got AstroTurf. So at her joint, it was, we were there bearing down on Winter Storm Goliath. And all right, I'll just throw this in the mix too for no reason. Why not? She's got a bad, neck.
She's got a bad neck.
She's got a bad neck and a bad spine.
Okay.
She's got a terrible spine.
Right.
Her spine's actually pretty mean. She had her spine is rude. She's got a rude spine.
Dude, your spine is just mean.
Dude, your spine is cruel. So she's got a cruel spine, man. So, literally, I'm there. I got there last week, I don't know, Tuesday. I might have been there for a week now. And every day, I rub her neck for 20 minutes, half hour, and then stop, and then another 20 minutes. And I put BioFreeze on her because she literally, she turns her head. She looks like fucking Joan Cusack in 16 Candles. That's our running joke. Because she can't move her upper body. She can't turn her head. Her whole fucking thing has to move. You know what she looks like? Keaton in the first Batman movie. You know what I mean? Where the cowl didn't move, it was bolted down. Yeah. So she turns at the waist.
She's Jackie Coogan in the Brady.
Exactly. Of course. Why did I think of that?
And you threw a briefcase down and proved she was faking the whole time. Faker.
Dude. So she can't turn her fucking head. Okay. So and I want to take care of her. I want her spine to be good. I want to line her up. So I rub her back and I rub her neck and look, I get my hands on her anyway. And then I put BioFreeze on her and she'll always be like, honey, you know what? I'm sorry you have to do this. I'm sorry you have to. I'm like, you know what? Why are you sorry? I'm taking care of you. I love you. I'm happy to do it. And I'm like, I put BioFreeze on her. She's like, oh, make sure you don't touch your eyes or anything else important. And I'm like, oh, I'm actually going to jerk off with this stuff. And she's like, don't.
You want a freezy.
Yeah. So that's, for days. Then the fucking storm hits, and last night we go to bed, and she's got to get up early today for work, but we don't know how early because, she can't get out of her fucking driveway. And I'm like, I said, I'm shoveling the driveway in the morning. She goes, well, no, you're not. And I said, no. I said, of course I am. I go, honey, you can't even turn your head. I go, it's ridiculous. And she goes, I go, you know what, fuck it. I go, I will stay up all night to make sure I am awake to shovel the goddamn driveway. And she laughed, and she's just like, oh, sure. And I'm like, well, and I laughed too because I thought I'd been heard. And then she woke me up at 3:40 or something, and she's like, hey, they still haven't plowed yet because they hadn't plowed. I said, oh, okay. And I got up, and I went to go walk into the kitchen, and she goes, I shoveled the driveway. And I went, you what? And she said, yeah, I shoveled the driveway. I was awake, so I did it. And I went, fuck. And she goes, did you just swear at me? And I said, no, I didn't swear at you, but I mean, we talked about this 5 months ago that I was at least going to shovel half the driveway. You can't even move your head. And that was it. She was pissed at me, and it was a fight, and it was a thing. And you're nodding. Why?
Honestly, because it's ridiculous that you're even having this argument.
Well, she even said to me, she goes, you know what? She goes, I'll go to work, and I'll ask them. We've all lived in Wisconsin. She goes, I'll ask them. I'll go, hey, my boyfriend was sleeping, and I get up and I shoveled the driveway. Is that out of line, or should I have waited, or should I woke him up? She goes, I guarantee you, everybody's going to say that I should have shoveled and it wasn't a problem.
If she says to you, I've got no problem shoveling my driveway, that is not a secret code. It's not a way to say, I would really want, Mike, I want you to shovel the driveway. But somehow you feel like you have to turn things into what you're supposed to do, and you have to do this, and you should do this. And what does she mean? No. If she wants to shovel her own driveway, let her shovel her driveway. She said what she meant.
Well, last week.
She meant what she said.
Because I try to help with stuff all the time, like making breakfast or whatever. Because I'll tell you this, with all the leftover Chinese food, we've been making Chinese burritos.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking awesome, dude. We make 3 eggs, and then you make Chinese food in one skillet, and you mix them all together, and then you just make a goddamn a tortilla, and you eat it like a Chinese burrito. It's so good. So one day she's like, honey, I'm going to make you breakfast. And I said, you know what I did? I sat down, I watched TV, I let her make breakfast and bring it to me. I didn't even
What's the
insist on
difference
helping.
between that and shoveling the driveway?
Well, because she's not going to collapse when her fucking cruel spine gives out when she's got a spatula working the eggs.
You cannot project your own fears onto somebody else. If I had a heart condition and they told me I shouldn't shovel the driveway, and I go out to shovel the driveway, I would hope my wife would tackle me and tell me, don't shovel the driveway.
Right. So I should have tackled her because she's got a bad neck, and I said, hey, you can't shovel the driveway.
No, but if she's able to shovel the driveway and there's no reason she can't, it's her house. It's the way she does things. You got to sit back and go, that's the way that is.
Yeah, but if she's shoveling the driveway and then she like snaps her neck from twisting the wrong way.
Problem? That's not
It's my problem because I love her.
There's a difference between what you're describing as caring for somebody and doing what you think is the man thing to do. You take it personally. If she went out to shovel the driveway and hurt her knee, you would take it personally. You would say, I should have been out there shoveling the driveway. It's my fault. I'm a bad boyfriend. I'm a bad guy because I let her go out there. And that's wrong. No, she's already stated that's what she wants to do. Let her do it. If she doesn't want you to rub her back, don't rub her back. If her back hurts, it's not your fault. You see what I'm saying?
She wants me to rub her back. She likes it, and I like doing it.
Okay.
It's not like I insist on it, pin her down. But holy shit, only work that cruel spine.
But if you knew she was sore or had a problem with her neck, you would do it.
Well, it's funny because in the middle of the fight this morning, I said to her, I go, look, I've had to rub your neck for the past week. And she goes, you don't have to do anything. You never have to rub my neck again. And I'm like, no, that's not it. I'm not saying that I have to.
Remember when I said before yin and yang? It's yin and yin. You're yin and yin. You're the same. You are the same way to her as she is to you.
Well, I talk about that on here sometimes.
What's that going to do?
Luckily she stopped listening, so it's not going to do a goddamn thing.
Then, I can't help you there. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. So we had that beautiful fucking back and forth this morning.
I think the idea of yin and yang is crap for the most part, because that implies that there's an equal shape that fits into an equal shape.
Well, no, I agree with that because like I said, we're the same person. We get the same fucking nonsense.
You keep wanting to make a square that's 50-50, and that's what people always say. Oh, a successful relationship is 50-50. No, it isn't. It's 50-50 maybe overall, but instead of it being, picture a box that's cut in half and one side is the husband and one side is the woman, or if you want to use the yin and yang symbol, that's not accurate. A real 50-50 is two puzzle pieces. And they're all goofy. Both of them are goofy shaped. One's got the little notchy, one's got the little hole in the side, and one's got that little thing that looks like a teardrop coming out. But when you put them both together, then they form the square. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You don't allow anything to be irregular. There's no irregular edges. You want it to be square and square going together like two rectangles making a square. And I'm saying that's impossible because you're both the same people. You're both going to passive-aggressive each other to death. You just are. You described it perfectly. I've been rubbing your neck. You don't have to rub my neck ever again. You could have said that to her.
Yeah, but she might not have said ever again. She always says you hear things. Well, she was like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to rub my neck. That's fine. And I was like, I don't have to. But what I mean is, you've been in such pain. I love doing it and taking care of you. So I rub your neck. But now you're going out and shoveling the goddamn driveway and leaving me alone, fucking, snoring.
Yeah, arguing about a driveway, that's not good.
Well, it's silly, right?
It's very high school and immature.
Well, that's what I was told. That's what I got told.
Well,
all right.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Just be on your side.
Fine. Well, I lost
Screw
again.
her.
No, I'm not asking to be on my side. If you genuinely think that, that's fine. Because she's like, I'm going to go to work and tell everybody that you didn't shovel. And in my head, I'm just like, all right, well, do that then. But also tell them that you can't move.
Tailed on you?
She wants to get, take a sum of opinions, I suppose. I can't imagine. Look, she doesn't talk to anybody at her work. She was walking into the break room.
I don't want to be at work and have my coworker go and tell me about an argument about a driveway. Because I will put my headphones on.
You ever see those sign-up sheets for like the potluck? Who's going to bring potato salad and stuff? She's just got a sign-up sheet. Who thinks I'm right about the driveway? I'm going to tell you a story. She like takes the fucking intercom. So then, this morning, my boyfriend, ow, my neck.
Where's my dry erase board?
I hurt my neck today shoveling the driveway. Anyway, I shut up.
Was it last week's episode when Lily was talking about you and your career? And,
yeah, or lack thereof. Yes, it was.
I thought to myself, Lily is really insightful, and this is very, very good advice and very smart, and she's exactly right. she's just talking to the wrong person. That's what I wanted to. I wanted to
know
tell
about
her.
that.
I did. I wanted to say, Lily, that's great. You know Mike's sitting in the same room, don't you? You know you're talking to Mike, right? Because I wanted to pat her on her little head and go, you're so cute for trying.
Aw, look at you.
Look at you.
Thinking you could fix things.
Being smart and stuff.
Look at you dispensing good advice and
With
all
your
that.
logic.
Oh, look at you shouting at a brick wall. Aren't you awesome? Oh, that's so great. Look at you. Oh, that's so cute. How you think that rock's going to give water no matter how many times you squeeze it. Oh,
Yeah, I was like, man, that's helpful. That's really helpful.
Jesus.
For somebody else.
Look at
I
you shouting at that Mexican dude in French. Oh. So, all right. Well, then I guess, you know what? Fuck it. She can shovel the goddamn driveway and everybody's goddamn driveway as far as I'm concerned.
See?
Do that from now on.
Why don't you have a snowblower?
I don't know. Because, you know, the thing was, I don't know if she got, I think when she got her divorce, like she just bailed. She's like, she grabbed the rice cooker and the Monty Python DVDs and she ran off. That's what she did. She did the same thing because she wanted nothing to do with the rest of it. She's just like, yeah, you can keep this and that and the fucking patio set and everything else.
I think the lawnmower and the snowblower should have been grabbed immediately.
And the noose. Keep that. So, all right. Well, now that it's been established that I should never do anything ever again.
No, so you did it again.
I'm teasing. I'm fucking joking. So
all or nothing.
So she when she forgot her glasses at the fucking movie. So she's like, I'll get him. And I go, no, honey, I'll get him. She goes, honey, I can get him. I go, honey, I'll get your glasses. I'll be right back.
You guys.
So I took the keys and dude, here's what I did. Cause we were about 6 steps up.
Yeah.
I ran. I did it on purpose to be goofy because I thought it would be stupid. And also I used to do this thing. You ever see, remember the commercials where OJ would run to the airport?
Yeah, jump.
Okay, fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Well, I used to do that as a kid and then as a man. Like I've done it through casinos where you just literally just walk in and you just run. Because I'll tell you what, right? You know, and you can't do it now. In the old days, you could do it because it was kind of funny, but now you get fucking tackled and everybody thinks you're it's a jihad. But I mean, in the old days,
They
you
just
could
laughed at you.
Yeah, because you just ran around like a psycho and I would do it like almost as running back practice is how I looked at it. Like literally, I went because I Waltered it. I didn't fucking Earl Campbell it. I totally Waltered it where I just fucking because I could take a hit if somebody wanted to hit me, but I was still trying to avoid everyone. So I would just fucking run and I would do spin moves and jump and cut and all this stuff. I did it on
This
purpose.
wasn't on a football field. This was in a Kmart.
It was
Right?
at a casino or a Kmart or a Zare.
I gotcha.
I loved doing it, and it was just because I'm fat but I'm nimble. I'm serious. If you got a candle, I'll jump over it and not get burned. That's who I am. I'm that cat. I'm that guy. So
Yeah, no, you won't get burned. You
No.
might pull a painting down.
I might come through your wall like Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Crash a bang a boom a bang.
Schmitty's here bringing summer fun. All right, so I want to do that once in my life. How perfect would it be?
Well, let's get a candle.
Well, let's do that. But let's organize like a fucking 40 YOB, like West Side 86 Jokers party. And don't tell them I'm coming. And then I burst through a goddamn wall.
Hey!
Oh, Schmitty's here bringing podcast fun. Dude, leave a Schmitty size hole in the wall? Dude, that's fucking perfect. And then there's just drywall all over, and Jill goes to sweep it up. I'm like, hey, honey, I can clean
I
up.
got it.
No,
No,
I
I
got
can
it.
do it. I can
No,
sweep
I can do it. I can sweep up the drywall. Honey, I made the mess. No, honey, I made the mess.
All right, I won't sweep ever.
Okay, fine. Me neither. Throw the broom away.
And scene.
So I got up from the seat. Now I haven't done it in a long ass time. The fucking like sprinting into space. So running downhill, you know, I just wasn't ready for it. And I mean, look, as I've mentioned before, I'm a safe wrapped in suet. I mean, I'm like all hard underneath a big fucking pile of marshmallow. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. It's like if you took a fucking hammer and wrapped it in bologna. So like I'm just like, all right, fuck it. So I run down the steps and I turn the corner. And I fucking shimmy shake on a couple of dudes, and then I did a spin move, but I lost it. Like I felt myself careening like into the fucking turn, and I spun. And this is in front of everybody because it's one of those theaters that goes all the way up to the back to the projectors, straight up. And I fucking did a shimmy shake. I come down a step, and I hit a wrong step, and it was downhill. I didn't realize even the fucking on the way out was downhill. So I spun. I did a spin move, and there's a banister. And in my head, I went, "Dude, you're gone. You're about to fucking wipe the fuck out." And I didn't want to go face first into the banister. So I did a spin move and I grabbed the banister and I fucking kind of like leaned forward, but I caught myself and I totally stood up. And so it was like I was about 3/4 of the way out the door and I stood up and I just I jaunted out the fucking door, dude. I totally didn't fall, but when I stood up, I got to do the fucking Ryan Dunn thing from Jackass, which is my favorite one of all time, where there's just girls walking on the street, and he leaps off of a roof into the bushes, and he lands next to them, and they scream, and he gets out of the bushes, and he goes, ladies, and he walks off. That's what I did. I fucking did a spin move. I grabbed the banister, and I fucking did it, and I stood straight up, and you ever see the meme of Leonardo DiCaprio when he's like Jaunty Leo?
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I just and I just jaunted out and people laughed like down on the bottom on the floor because I can't even imagine what it looked like. Again, 290 pounds just careening and spinning and grabbing the banister and then jauntily walking out the goddamn door. So then I ran and then I fucking booked through the lobby, dude. I totally put spin moves on. I did all of it. I ran outside. I got the glasses. I came back in and I didn't run into the theater.
Oh, that's because that would be crazy.
Well, because. Well, Jill even said, she's like, did you run out there? And I go, I did. And she goes, you can't run in public places anymore. She's like, they're going to call the cops. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. I did it. So, but then when I came in, I sat down next to her and I gave her glasses and she goes, wow, that was fast. And I'm sitting there and I go, did you see me? She goes, what? And I go, did you see me? Like I said, I ran and I totally did that spin move. And she goes, yeah. And I go, and I grabbed the banister and I didn't fall. And then I did a walkout. She goes, yeah, I saw you almost fell. You go, yeah, but I did it on purpose. She goes, yeah, I thought you kind of did it on purpose because it would be funny. And I go, yeah, sort of. She goes, oh, yeah, I saw, honey. She pats me on the leg. I'm like, oh, you're the only person here I wanted to see it and tell me it was awesome and cool. Everybody else, I don't care what they thought.
Yeah, you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done it.
Well, I want them to think something too. But I mean, the one I care the most about is the one sitting right next to me who I'm just like, wasn't that cool? Wasn't that awesome? And I did a spin move and I totally almost fell and I grabbed the banister and then I jaunted out of here like a Leonardo DiCaprio meme. And she's just like, yeah, I know. I saw it, honey. She's cleaning her glasses. Fucking unbelievable. Dude, I wasted a jaunty meme on my girlfriend who did not care. She does not care for Jaunty Schmitty. Disappointing.
Jaunty Schmitty.
How do you not care for Jaunty Schmitty?
I got Jaunty Schmitty. I got Jaundice Schmitty.
Oh, not good at all.
Not in your cereal box. It's a prize.
I got Auntie Schmitty.
It's a series of Schmitties. Unwrap it. What is it?
Oh, yeah. Schmitty's here, bringing podcast fun.
It's Kool-Aid Schmitty.
Dude, we need a Kool-Aid
way
Schmitty.
Better than Jaunty Schmitty.
Dude, we need action figures. Kool-Aid Schmitty, Jaunty figure, Jaunty Schmitty, Jaundice Schmitty.
Jaundice Schmitty.
Love it.
Schmitty.
Dude, perfect. So we sat down to watch the movie, and it was dude, I will say this, and listen, it's Tarantino, and you know me, and I love him. I mean, I love everything the guy does, everything. There's a lot of nigger in this movie. I mean, a lot.
Folks or the
No.
bird?
No, there was not
You were
plural.
being street.
No, I was not. That was not plural at all.
Sorry.
It was, I mean, because he has it in the movies. I mean, it comes in, and Spike Lee was upset, and it's in Django, but Django's a slave movie, and then it's in Inglourious, you know, it's just in there. I don't know if it's in Inglourious Bastards, really. I have to think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You know what? It would have been because the theater
scene with the the Schwarza they were like the Schwarza who runs the fucking projector.
Yeah, so then that would have been translated.
Right. But man, it
was unnatural.
It's I mean, it's everybody. And I will tell you, he filmed the movie in 70 millimeters. So he actually filmed it with these amazing lenses to get these wide scope shots. And the opening scene is 8 minutes long without dialogue. It's this opening scene of a stagecoach. It's really neat and great and atmospheric. But after a while, you're just kind of going, yeah,
I get it.
That's a stagecoach. It's on its way. You know what I mean? Kind of. And then he films in 70 millimeters. So it's in the mountains, and it's glorious. I mean, it's beautiful when he does it. And then they get to a fucking cabin, and the whole movie's set in a cabin. Like, it's like 10 people talking in a cabin, which is, again, that's what I want from him. I want dialogue and stuff.
Glenn Ross. It could be very Mammoth with everyone having awesome
look,
dialogue.
if there has ever been a mustache worthy of 70 millimeter, it was Kurt Russell's mustache in this movie. Clearly, it is just this.
Good mustache.
Yeah, it looks like the cover of Rubber Soul. You know what I mean? Where they're just everything is
There's
fucking
English guys poking out of it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it is just this amazing look, and there's dialogue that fucking crackles. But it was the first time I ever found myself going, "This seems indulgent. This seems." like him sitting down and trying to do something. Yeah, because I'll tell you what, there is a, I don't want to give things away, but there's a monologue. A character has a monologue, and it is, because where it was going in my head, I go, it's not going there because that's the obvious place for it to go. And then it goes in this obvious place, and then it relaxes in that place, and it takes real pleasure in being in this place. And because I don't want to give things away, it's a spoiler alert. That's just it. But it luxuriates in its vulgarity. And you could say that a lot about his movies and his dialogue anyway, but this particular monologue, it just doesn't, it doesn't sing the way it should. Because I'm sure he expected people to be dying and rolling in the aisles. I think it had the opposite effect. There were some people laughing at it, but there were some people that are just kind of going,
it's too much, man.
It kind of is. It really is too much. And then there's the intermission. I'll tell you this, all the movie before the intermission, slow. It's just this molasses. And I understand that he wants to build this tension. That's what he thinks he's doing. But a lot of the time, and again, maybe I'm just older now and my attention span has gone for shit. But I mean, I loved his movies before. They're almost 2.5 hours, but this is 3 hours and 10 minutes. And after, I'll tell you, after the intermission, boom. I mean, we are fucking off, and it's a Tarantino movie, and a bunch of shit is happening, and there's dialogue, and it's crackling, and a lot of cool stuff, and flashbacks, and a lot of things are changed around. It's not linear, but in the beginning, man, it is just a lot of, all right, put that over there, you over here, you nigger over here. You know what I mean? And you're just like, whoa. And I mean, everybody uses that word. Everybody. There's 12 people in it, and I don't think any one of them didn't say it 5 times. I mean, it's fucking crazy. And I felt myself even hearing it, and that was what I said to Jill in the car. And I just go, man, a lot of nigger in that movie. And she's just like, yep. And I'm like, well, you got to see his others. Because that's the thing, is he's not afraid of that word, but holy shit.
It is Wisconsin too, so.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Actually, it might not have been the movie. It might have just been the guy sitting around me, just shouting it at the screen.
It might have been the Wisconsin cut.
Purpose? Yeah, exactly.
Throw that word in there. They like that word.
Where are we disc-wise?
You got about 6 minutes.
All right. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Dougie Fresh. I'm on. On. Oh, Dougie Fresh Schmitty? Dougie Schmitty? Rapper Schmitty?
Rapper Schmitty.
Dude, I like it.
Traffic cop Schmitty.
Dude, that's perfect. We need Schmitty action figures because I haven't sold a shirt in 5 years. So why not? Let's go ahead and create more merch.
Which is what actually we are doing.
Well, yeah, we are, but not clothing. I'm a bust out in the clothing.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Schmitty the tailor. We don't do that one. Taylor Schmitty? Nope.
Not
Sailor
happening.
Schmitty, maybe.
Sailor Schmitty?
Sailor Schmitty? Yes.
Dude,
Taylor Schmitty? No.
Failure Schmitty? Yes. Let's do that.
Whaler Schmitty? Big harpoon?
Perfect. Look at Gorton's fisherman look with a fucking yellow slicker. Dude.
Norman Mailer Schmitty?
Jailer Schmitty?
Jailer Schmitty would be great.
Dude, fucking like a burly dude with like tats and stuff. God damn it, awesome. Fuck, well, I guess, yeah, well, we gotta...
You can always finish on a third one, just like,
You sure?
Gets me out of cooking dinner, I don't care.
Your kids are upstairs while I'm shouting into the fucking void here.
No, Val's playing PlayStation, he's fine.
I should just go bust in there like fucking Kool-Aid Schmitty. You won't even fucking see it coming. Uncle Schmitty's here, bringing podcast fun. Oh, yeah! You guys can get me at mike@MikeSchmidtComedy.com. Oh, yeah! You guys can be my friends at Facebook.com/the40year-old boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old boy.
Uncle Schmidt broke our wall.
But you have to leave it. You have to memorialize it. Just leave it Uncle Schmitty space fucking hole.
You're Uncle Mike. Now you have to be Uncle Schmitty. No, that's even funnier. Uncle Schmitty, Sailor Schmitty, Taylor Schmitty.
Driveway shoveling Schmitty?
Driveway shoveling.
Nope.
Jaunty, running Schmitty.
Driveway shoveling Schmitty, not included. Sleeping all day Schmitty while his girlfriend does all the chores Schmitty?
That's a big box.
That is a giant box. And it comes with another box for all of its brooding. You guys follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old boy. Our friend David Hernandez has been kind enough to have us in his basement this week. You can find him at Facebook.com/DavidMex Hernandez. And you can also go to artbydmh.com. That's artbydmh.com. Please go check him out there. He's the best in the world. He'll do all this custom artwork that you need him to do and want him to do. You can go to Mike Schmidt Comedy. Oh, well, hold on. Our producer, Lily Von Stubb, of course, is the best. Monday Night Tease tickets are available. Remember, her 50th anniversary of her birth is coming up. It's the 10th anniversary of the Tease, her 50th birthday party. I believe that's January 11th. And that's Monday. Tickets are available now. Go to brownpapertickets.com to get tickets for all of the Monday Night Teases. Go to facebook.com/Monday Night Tease and follow her at several different Twitter accounts. Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, Twitter.com/MNTease, and Twitter.com/Boobdini. Go ahead and find her at all those joints and go to Facebook and find her there. Go to the Facebook.com/Monday Night Tease page. Follow there. Find out what's coming up. But again, like I said, there's great shows on the horizon, especially January 11th. I will be there. I think hosting an hour or telling a story or both. I can't figure out which one, but I'll definitely be there on January 11th at her 50th birthday / 10th anniversary of the Monday Night Tease party. Please go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and check out all the cool stuff there. We got our Joe business page, which is going to be renovated soon. There's a change coming. There's an ill wind a blowing. And so you'll be seeing that soon. But right now there's things available. Our friend Sam Dentith overseas. That's right, Dentith. Sam Dentith.
Get my tooth out.
Sam Dentith is in the UK, and he just bought The Big Angry, and he bought a
Nice.
T-shirt. And I'm in the Midwest for 2 weeks, so I had to write him, and I'm like, hey, mate, sorry about that. And he was very nice. He's
He
like,
lives in Australia?
but then, you know what's funny? He goes, I'm in no hurry, don't worry about it. And in my head, I'm like, well, fuck that, man. Why are you not in a hurry?
Because it's winter. You can't be wearing a T-shirt out. You get cold.
Well, it's England, man. Wrap your fucking chips in it. And trade where the chip stains grease. As stained, well, never mind. I'm not going to do that song. So our friend Sam, thank you for buying stuff. If you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, go to the Joe business page, which is about to be renovated, and all the cool stuff is there for sale. Downloads and T-shirts and the Big Angry CD. But also, more importantly, or no, not more importantly, just as importantly, but you can donate to the show, individual amounts. And also, you can use our Amazon link for all of your shopping. I hope you used it for your holiday shopping. Now use it for your New Year's shopping, or use it for your Boxing Day shopping, or use it for your what do we got in January? We got use it for Eddie Van Halen's birthday shopping.
Val's birthday.
For Val's birthday. There you go. My godson Val. Go use it for Elvis's birthday, which is also in January.
Yes.
So go use it for. Well, if you're going to buy gifts, go to Amazon and please click through our Amazon link. Click through to the actual Amazon through our Amazon store, which we will eventually pay some attention to, and go ahead and get cool stuff. And I'm off to see Star Wars. God damn it! I'm going to go get a free ass lightsaber, and I'm going to go see. Now I'll tell you this. I'm going to venture to say this about Star Wars. I'm going to guess not nearly as much nigger as you would find in A Hateful Eight. That's what I'm saying. I hope not. Anyway.
Overtly.
Well, yeah. You think it'll be really? You think there's going to
Everybody
be a problem
talks
with that?
behind Lando's back. Everybody does.
Is Lando in this?
I don't know.
Spoiler alert! God damn it! What are you trying to do to me here?
I haven't.
I haven't even seen the damn thing. I hope Yoda's in it. I'm looking for Muppets. I hope fucking Kermit's in it. I hope all those dudes are in it. I hope there's fucking Ewoks and Jar Jar Binks. Those were the best characters, really, when you think about it. All of the Sand People. I like the Jawas. That's who I love in Star Wars.
I thought they were Jawas.
You know what? I go this route.
Behold him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. The 40-year-old boy, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. The finest gifts we sell, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. Rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum. Joe Business, here for you. A big angry and artwork too. For the life of Schmitty. Get a shirt with a big yurt on the front of it. Joe Business. Can it be? Every child must be made to know about the stuff at Tweaked Audio. Sweet earbuds so that you can rock a watch you can wear on your car. I pray you want to download all the years, each episode. We'll see the day of glory. I see the day when men of goodwill finally own Schmitty comes alive. Your business, can it be? Can it be?
It's a pretty thing.